Well, I'm about to give me a Capri Sun in a minute. Hey, sorry about that. Welcome to another episode of the Critics Collective. We're going to talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. There's so much I could lead with. And just after a session 13, if you would, I just want to get on and just talk about my experience in the Sex Box. Now, the Sex Box is a TV series that took 5 years to put together. And some people can't last 5 minutes. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying 2015 to 2020. And the fact that the show is one and done, sometimes it's just a one night stand, and that's what the show is. It's on Hulu currently, and the rumor is they're going to take it off of Hulu. Now, it doesn't show anything rated M for mature. The conversation is M for matured. But before we get into it, I'm the Dad Panther variety streamer, content creator, master of none. Again, this is the Critics Collective. So this show again. IMDb says troubled couples have intercourse in a soundproof room, camera-free box, and then they emerge back onto the stage in some robes to start talking about their problems with a therapist. Now, I felt like wouldn't this just be a cruise? Wouldn't it be a cruise? Wouldn't you look for somebody in a shirt or a dress that had pineapples on it upside down or not? Maybe you'll see it on the room door, upside down pineapple, and that's the sex box. I don't know. I just feel like, and if you don't understand about a pineapple turned upside down out of the sea, I'm not talking about SpongeBob, Patrick. I can tell you that much. Now, if you're in the Publix area, like some older folks, right? And I'm going to tell you this and just going to blow your mind if you didn't know. If you've ever seen like loofahs, right? On people's cars, like on their antennas, and you're like, what the fuck is a loofah? Google the colors of loofahs. Man, Century Village, they're out there doing some things, man. Each loofah means something a little kinky. So before we get into my review, I'm going to go ahead and give you my expectations of this. And then after my expectations just popped in my head. I'm thinking of Janet Jackson. I just want to hold you, touch you. Anyways, so then I'm going to go into my highs and lows. Normally I work my way from the bottom. I make sure she gets hers first before I go up to the top, if you know what I mean. This show is it's bringing it out of me. I don't know. So then I'm going to rate it. All right. And then to get to the rating, it's my inner box. Ooh, it's my inner box, girl. All right, so again, this Hulu show, it's got 13 episodes. All right, it starts in 2015. They take some time off, like 5 years, and they come back and do a one-on-one episode at the very end. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, just in case you want to watch. I think you can watch this on Pluto TV too. Okay, so first impression, I was looking for something a little kinky, not too kinky, just like something like 50 Shades. You know what I'm saying? Something to put on. And I sometimes I watch some stuff just so you don't have to watch it, or to tell you gotta watch this. And I don't find out where I'm at on it. So the lows of the show, the quality's not there for where we're at now. When you see Temptation Island and you see other shows that kind of have that, like there was a show where a dude is just watching his girl just on top riding like king of the castle. And he's on a beach like a half a mile away, and he's like, Maria, why are you gonna die? He's on the ground just like, "Por qué?" And this went viral for a bit because this isn't in like another language. I don't know if it's like in Portuguese or something. I don't know, but we were trying to ask people in the comments what's going on, what's being said, and people were translating for us so we can experience this. And you had to see it on a special site. It wasn't on television. But point blank, Buddy ran down the beach just to try to break up the love session. At that point, man, if she's in it like that, I think it's already over. Like, okay, so basically they could have named this show Practically Divorced, in my opinion. Maybe that's going to be a show and it's right after Love in the Spectrum. But the lows is that somebody would do this. Like, basically what they do for this show is they sit down with 3 therapists, and I'm sure they're well-renowned and respected and they know their stuff. And they sit down with these 3 therapists on a couch and they talk about their love life. The couple that really did it for me was like a couple that had been together for 25 years. And one guy was just like, hey, I'm having sex like 4 or 5 times a week. And a lot of guys would sit there and say, well, fucking bro, literally, no pun intended. But the woman was like, I'm at the other stage of menopause and I want to beep 2 times more than what we're doing right now. And she was like, I'm ready to swing. And they were joking about the rules of the box. And she was like, I'm in the box. She wanted to fuck the therapist. And so the guy was kind of uneasy. And I was like, man, they're not going to. And they got, I'll spoil that one part of that episode. They got it in the fucking box. And there's some people that get in the box. I'm like, what? I mean, they come out with messy hair. They time them in the box. The audience is in the theater as they're in the box. You can't hear anything. You can't see anything. But I'm like, damn. Sky rockets in flight. Boom, boom, boom. Afternoon delight. Oh, man. This episode's going to get us shut down. It really is. All right. So the highs is this has nothing. This does not, to me, does not get me in the mood. It makes me question relationships in the 21st century. It makes me have provocative conversations with my partner, my wife. I'm able to sit there and say, hey, listen, what about this? What's your thing? Come look, no pun intended. Look at this. What do you think? So, oh man. After that, man, 13 episodes, about 30 minutes each. Again, Hulu, Pluto TV. Let's just go ahead and rate this. Is this the best you've ever had? I don't know, but we rate here from a 0 to 5. Simply put, a 0 to 5. 5 being excellent, the best you had. 0 being something more of a butterface, and you just want to maybe not tell everybody that that was something special and magical. I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. What if you had an intimate moment with somebody and you're no longer with them anymore, but you're sitting there thinking in your head, man, what if? Like, did they put their life together? Like, how are they doing? Would you risk it all to see if they still had it? I don't know. It feels like a Tubi movie right there in the making. I'm gonna rate this as 0. I'm gonna rate this as fudge, man. I feel like I'm gonna rate it a 0. Reason why I'm gonna rate it a 0 is 2015. It just doesn't translate to right now. There's other steamier stuff you can watch that will show some things. The concept is wild, but there's just not enough in the character of it. It's the shock factor that they're doing it like that. There's other shows that do things for therapeutic, like literally, I forgot what show where they sit with a therapist and you're watching people in couples therapy and they're trying to figure stuff out. And I feel like if that's what you want, you're gonna get it. If you want something messy, there's other shows. If you want something sexy, zesty, there's other shows for it. This felt like something that would have been on Fox at prime time. It just didn't seem not too edgy, not enough. I don't know. If it, I could see them doing again, but I feel like you would have to kind of show some skin or something because when you they didn't lie about the advertising. There's sex going on in that box. Speaking of box, check the box that says subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Box. Hit the notification bell. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. My bell. Ring a ling a ling. The tongue action on that one. Anyways, that song is not about what you think it is. There's so many things I could talk about this that just take me off. Gotta stay focused. Gotta stay focused. Buttercream, buttercream, buttercream. Hit the subscribe button, follow, comment for more. Like I said, that's the review. You could have been anywhere in the world, and hopefully you kept your clothes on. Until next time, kalika lika lap.